Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views, live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Hollogram, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, and the Foxes, Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name's Phil, it's half time, it's Leicester 0, Millwall 1. I'm obviously a massive plastic fan because I've not made it down today. My season ticket is empty. I could not give away the ticket tonight. Sadly for me, I'm having to babysit my daughter. I've had to take her to a family party. Anyway, let's not talk about why I'm not at the match. Let's look at what you guys think about the match. Millwall leading 1-0. A lot of possession for Leicester. Look at the stats. 80% possession, 20% for Millwall. We've both had about 5 shots on target. Should have been a penalty. We'll come on to that. Definitely was a penalty because you're watching it on TV. You can see that. Let us know your views, your comments. Hamza is watching and he says, sick and tired of too much passing. Need to be quicker in the build-up. I'm fearing Ipswich will win this league. Listen, Hamza, there's a long way to go if you ask me. Today, I think we're coming back into a big style in there. Mark's watching down under. I assume that's Australia, maybe New Zealand. Where are you watching from, Mark? What do you reckon? Andy says it was a Stonewall penalty, but we've got to take chances. Got to create a few more chances. The last 15 minutes, Andy, we were getting better. Fatawa, definitely. Get the ball out to Fatawa. He's got that defender on toast, hasn't he? Alexander says Cody is crap and was a terrible signing. Pass it on in there. Dawn says, I'm at work following it. Dawn, you're not missing a lot by watching it. We've got 80% possession, Dawn. A lot of passing, not much, not many, a few chances in the fast bits there. Trevor says no bite up front. Well, Trevor, we've not really got the ball to Daka, have we? Not seen much of that. Again, Fatawa looks like he's the dangerous player today, but need to get it out to him a little bit more. Dave, you may not mention Plan B. We don't need to talk about Plan B. Listen, Dave, I talk about Plan Bs all the time, Dave. That's why you've said it. Plan A feels like it's going to work. It does feel like it's just a moment of time before we come. My thing with Plan Bs and switching things around is if we keep playing like this and there's 10 minutes to go and we're still losing 1-0, surely we have to change it. Mark says he's watching Australia. By the way, do you agree out there? Do you think at times we may need to change it? Because Millwall now will shut up shop. They're trying to hit us on the break. And to be fair, they've had a couple more chances after their goals. So it's interesting in there. Somebody on the Facebook group says, Abdul being very good. Dewsbury being sloppy. I did notice that. I agree a little bit with you. Dewsbury's not having his best game. Chris says, get Daka off. First touch is terrible. Not really seen him touch it much, to be fair, Chris. And again, Millwall are now going to play so deep. Again, I saw some comments in one of the fan groups I'm in, chatting with people while watching the game. Do we need to draw them out now a little bit? Pull them out to give us some space in it. Lewis says, why don't we just go for it? Just go. Lewis, it's half time. We're 1-0 down. We'll keep playing the way we're playing. People tell me all the time, trust the Enzo process, and we're going to keep playing plan A. Keep getting your comments coming on. John Simpson says, another shocking first half. Is Daka even on the pitch? Dull, slow, predictable football, nothing up front. But listen, John, again, I'm not Daka's biggest fan, but if you're not giving him a ball to move onto or run onto, what does he offer you? Because he's not like Nacho, who's going to get involved in it. Matty says get Vardy on at 70 minutes. We have got that firepower, Matty, to get him on. I would agree that is going to be the option. Or do you bring Cannon on? Don't know. For me, Matty, I'd go Vardy. Definitely if we need a goal. Or do you put both of them on? Again, we talk about Plan Bs. Maybe that's what it is. Steve says Millwall shut up shop from minute one. Listen, I'm not trying to compare us to Ipswich, probably our biggest rivals this season, but Ipswich played Millwall, a couple of weeks ago, they were 3-0 up after 39 minutes, Ipswich were. They put the game to bed. Yes, sure, Ipswich got one to make it 3-1, but they were 3-0 up. I just wish against some of these games, the Plymouth game, I said after the Plymouth game, I thought we made tough work of that, blistering 7 minutes in the second half. But apart from that, the rest of the game, I thought Plymouth were worthy of close to a draw. So Darren says in here, stop messing around. You talking about me, Darren? I'm only joking. I'm not messing around, Darren. What do you think? Mark, hope you're well, Mark, watching out there in Norfolkshire. Penalty for sure. Yeah, do you know what? Listen, as you can see, I'm not at the game. I've had to not make it. I'm watching it on Sky Red Button. There's no replays. It's like, what? The guy commentating is talking about replays. Am I missing something? This is the first time I've ever watched a championship game on Sky Red Button. Luckily, for the last 7 or 8 years, I've not had to try and do this. What's going on? No replays. Is anybody else suffering with that? So penalty for sure is what the commentator is saying, but we're not allowed to put it in there. Dan Fox says no zip in our play tonight. Do you agree with Sam? Listen, this is the way we play, Dan. It is this. You know, I think, again, check the stats. We've got 80% possession. We've already had nearly 300 passes. There's only one stat. We're 1-0 down at the moment. Ryan is at the match, and this ref is going to cost us tonight. Ryan, you're at the match, fair enough. Honestly, refs are going to miss penalty shouts. We are costing us this at the moment. As Andy says, way too slow, predictable, and what the F is Daka doing on the pitch? Why not start with Cannon? Well, listen, Andy, we were all saying that Daka scored his goal, give him another game, but are we Casey? Are we trying to bore them to death with our play? It feels a bit like that. Darren says tippy-tappy crap. Sorry, Phil, but both you and Reedy said yesterday to play Daka. You're saying he's not getting the service, but Vardy gets the same service when he's on and still has a lot more impact on the game. Well, Nick, I've got to be fair. I don't think Jamie Vardy has that much impact on the game. It's the style we play. You'd be better not playing with the striker almost this way. You'd be better playing with another sort of attacking midfielder in that role, because the striker doesn't really get much chance to strike. Again, most of those chances, Nick, I'm being honest, in the first half, were from the wings pulled back to midfielders to have a go in there. Darren says 4 quick goals. 4 quick goals second half. No replay on the red button, Gray. Thank you. If you're going to watch it from home, let's at least have a replay in there. Please, please, please. Phil Doherty still says we're going to win 3-1. Keep the faith. FFS. I am. I've just said I think we are going to come, I think we should have probably been worthy of a goal in that first half. You have got to keep the faith. Chester says, I'm getting a bit nervous now, getting vibes from Hull earlier in this season. I actually hadn't thought about that, Chester Leicester, but I hear what you're saying in there. Mark saying best result is a draw. No, Mark, we can win this. We should win this. They're like 18th, 19th in the league. We should definitely do this. Mark says, I've seen Leicester City play more better than we are at the moment. Nick would rather have Pratt than Daka. Nick, that's not a bad shout. I hear what you're saying. You play with Vardy, you play with Daka. We almost don't want to play with the striker because we work the ball that slowly up there. It almost doesn't need a striker. Casey says Ipswich will pound us at their place. Ipswich on Boxing Day is going to be very, very interesting to see where we're actually at. Ollie says, I think we'll get back into it, but then will be hard to break them down now. Jason says here, Fatwa and Pies playing really well. Fatwa certainly is, I agree with that. Daka not inspiring much confidence in the front line. We have a lot off the ball, but not much action around their goal. I agree. We will win, says Chester Leicester, I believe, but it's Leicester, who knows? I agree. Listen, I've got a bit of a dry throat. I'm just going to have a little sip. We shouldn't be drinking on this, so when at home, why not? Chester Leicester definitely agree with you, says Scott in there. Daryl says, looks like Fatwa has played his game tonight. Injured, I think, from the challenge. Is he coming off, Daryl? Gosh, let's hope not, because he's been doing it. Dan says, why no watch-along? Dan, I'm being honest tonight. We are doing watch-alongs. Some of these games are at funny times. Today, Michael and Elijah normally host the watch-alongs. They do a fantastic job for us. They're both based stateside, so they're both 8 hours behind us. They're both at work. It might be 8 o'clock here in the UK. It's like lunchtime over there in the States. So being honest, Elijah and Michael both wanted to. Elijah was talking about it, but he got a works meeting and he was like, I can't get out my works meeting. So sorry about that tonight. You've got to put up with me at halftime and I'll be back at full time. So listen, thanks for all your views. Come and join us at full time when we will, of course, chat about a Leicester win. I'll see you then.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Barlow Blinds, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit LeicesterFanTV.com for all the latest news, views and videos.